In a fight with my mom. 50 bands in a day. One ain't more, but I'm straight.
What is going on, Glitcher Gang? It is your boy GlitcherOut23 here, back with another, actually, review to Kid Cudi. We got Is There Any Love featuring Wale. Another track that is from Kid Cudi's debut mixtape, A Kid Named Cudi. But the way I know this track, and the reason why this video is a review in particular, is because I've heard this before. Not from A Kid Named Cudi mixtape, but this is included as a bonus track, a deluxe track on the deluxe version of Man on the Moon, his debut album. And when I first heard Man on the Moon, the entire deluxe version on streaming platforms, something fell off about these last two tracks that were just kind of slapped at the end of the project. And this is one of them, one of the two tracks. And I was like, why do they sound so different compared and sound so just thrown in at the end of what was a very conceptual and consistent sounding album? It's because they were tracks that were from his debut mixtape, but because the mixtape wasn't available on streaming platforms yet, they just were thrown on the deluxe version of the album, which is on streaming platforms. So, but we're going to review this. It's been a minute since I've heard this track. If you guys want to see more reactions to Kid Cudi or Wale, this is the first time reacting to him, reviewing him on the channel for the first time. Do me a huge solid right now. Hit that like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Comment what you want to see next. Share your thoughts and opinions about the review or the track in my review to it by the end of the video. And we got one more Kid Cudi reaction coming out after this, so stay tuned for that. Without further ado, Is There Any Love? Let's get it.
Yeah. Heads up, nigga. Yeah. Wale. Yeah. Play it back. Play it back. Play it back. Email.
Wale at the time was probably one of the biggest rappers too.
Hit you in your head, then it work it to your rump. Hating niggas can't hate, leave them all stump. They gotta like a nigga, call me Obama. Not a hype beast, why you beast for the hype? Yeah, I'm the underdog, story of my life. Matter of fact, I dream that I lived twice. Once as a slave who imagined being free and made it all happen for his family and his seed. And now me, you can call me Mr. Friendly. One life to live, but no acting like my nigga Friendly. Can't stand evil bitches with they Fendi. All they
See, this track definitely has very mixtape vibes. Even Cudi actually rapping on this. There's not a single cut off of the Man on the Moon album where he is just strictly kind of rapping like he is on this track.
but no acting like my nigga Friendly. Can't stand evil bitches with they Fendi.
So this track works better in the context of a mixtape than an album.
Baby, flip a coin. You get McDonald's, forget the sirloin. Hating my Mac and they asking, is there any love in this world?
I'm not gonna lie, I do not like this sample use.
In this world.
At least on this track, I don't.
Is there any love in this world? Oh, is there any love in this world? For Lauren, the muse of the hater, the music.
There's Wale.
Nigga, bring your face up. I'm surprised. The pride from attention, the pride of the district arrives, so they listening. From where gorillas territorial from inches. When it come to pistols, these niggas don't John Lynch them. Off rip, that's genius. You niggas so like seamstress. No more amour, I refuse to force you. Maybe I like the 42 to try to court you. Of course they all hate. Early adapters agree they all late. So what to say about my watch? To y'all minds, I'm like a UK clock. I was ahead, so whack niggas is saying.
To y'all, I'm like a UK clock, hours ahead. This entire track, even though it probably does sound better in the track list of the Kid Named Cudi mixtape, it's still not that great of a track. I do not care for this Wale feature. I do not care for Cudi's verse. Really, this is probably one of my least favorite Kid Cudi tracks I've ever heard, to be 100% honest with y'all. Even if I heard it within the context of A Kid Named Cudi, I think it's just an overall weak track. Production, rap performances, sample use, nothing about this track, in my opinion, is memorable.
Was it here so whack niggas is saying? They saying? They saying?
In love in this world? Is there any love in this world?
And I don't even understand how Cudi or Wale's verse ties into the hook at all. It just feels so random.
I was born to do the damn thing. Story of Cudi, nigga, getting out my dreams. Zero options to choose. Living in a box full of Cuyahoga blues. And listen, I stayed away from reading the plain dealer. Most of my niggas back in Cleveland were plain dealers. Who whip Supremes, the candy painted eyes. But the love from the boppers had them hand washing their eyes. Wasn't no love for a nigga in the smug. Sipping out a cup, but get cocked for cruising. High off life, my nigga not even. I'ma go to war with the devil to even. Bobbing and weaving, spiritual hymn singing. No commentary, my man, I come out swinging. And this'll be the song that we sing. Any young nigga with visions when he sleep.
Feels so weird hearing Cudi strictly rap. Like, he didn't even have even a hook or melody on this. It's kind of weird.
Doing my favorite thing. It's
honestly not one of the best tracks Cudi's ever made. And you know, with that being my introduction to Wale, like I said, I know at one point he was like kind of one of the big names in the 2010s generation of rappers. You know what I mean? But that just wasn't a good track in general. That's probably like one of the weakest Kid Cudi tracks I've ever heard. Like, in context to Man on the Moon, or out of context with Man on the Moon, and in context with a kid named Cudi, it's just not a good track overall. Not in like any way, shape, or form, in my opinion. So, but somebody requested that, and before I heard that track on A Man on the Moon, somebody asked me to react to it. Unfortunately, I couldn't because I've heard it before. So I just reviewed it for you guys just then and there. And y'all could clearly tell I'm not crazy about the track. Probably, like I said, one of the weakest Kid Cudi tracks I've ever heard. Not one of the worst, but definitely one of the weakest. So, well, y'all let me know what y'all thought about that in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you guys want to see more reactions to Kid Cudi or Wale, do me a huge solid right now. Hit that like button if you enjoy. Subscribe channel for new. Comment what you want to see next. Share your thoughts and opinions about the track and my review to it. And stay tuned. Like I said, we have one more Kid Cudi reaction coming out after this. So be on the lookout for that. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. See y'all on the next one.
I'm trying to be perfect, that shit is exhausting. An infinite force that nitpicking niggas get lost in.